Well, this is the Alpha Sessions. I'm Alan, and I'm very pleased to be joined by Chrisèe in the studio. Welcome to Radio Brockley and the Alpha Sessions.
Hi, seriously, thank you so much for having me. All right, it's been so much fun so far anyway.
It's been an experience for you.
It has, yes,
That's what you meant, wasn't it? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
So obviously I've been reading up about you and finding the various things that you've been doing, and I read that you started songwriting from the age of 9.
Yes.
So did you always want to be a singer then?
I did. I started singing at 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
5. Okay.
Well, that's as far back as I can remember, to be honest.
Yeah, right.
My mum said that when I was born, she said I came out screaming. So the doctor said that I think this one's going to be a singer, you know. She goes, I hope so, because it needs to that screaming needs to get into pitch a bit better. But so it all kind of worked out in the end. But yeah, I started singing at 5. Just at school, school productions. Always wanted to be the centre of attention.
I was going to say, were you always the lead part at the school play then, were you?
Do you know what? No, I wasn't actually. Like when we used to do like the nativity play, I was always an angel or a sheep or something. But I was never like Mary.
A singing sheep.
Yeah, a singing sheep. And then when I got older, I started doing more sort of long length productions. When I was like 15, I was doing Sound of Music, which was really cool. And I think I was Brigitte. I hope I was Brigitte, because I can't remember.
You can't remember. Erase that from your mind.
Yeah. It's been that long. It's such a long time ago. But since the age of 5, I've just been singing, and I've loved it ever since.
So you love performing? That was the big thing for you.
Yeah, pretty much.
So what sort of songs were you writing as a 9-year-old then?
Really bad ones. Really bad ones. It was like, I don't know, like, I love sitting on the mat and I love stroking my cat.
You actually remember them. There you go. Hopefully
it was
that'll be
really
the next
bad.
single, will it?
Yeah, it's going to go to number 1.
Yeah.
I can predict it. It's going to be awesome.
So, I mean, did you perform in front of family at an early age, and did you have a musical family anyway?
Surprisingly enough, I'm the only one who sings, which is interesting. I've got like uncles who are like comedians and stuff, but yeah, I'm the only one who sort of picked up an instrument and started to sing, and was like, that was it for me. Yeah.
So tell us about the music you grew up with then. I mean, did you have a lot of music being played by other members of the family, or was it you that was kind of doing all the listening to music when you were?
Well, when I was younger, I kind of appreciate it more now, and I understand why my parents played the music that they did. But when I was younger, my mum was big, massive Rolling Stones fan. She was massive. And she was into Aretha Franklin, Tina Turner. She was into all sort of like the big 60s, 70s icons in music, and she would always make me listen to them. And I was like, I don't want to listen to this. This is boring. I don't know why I have to listen to this. But I know growing up, you become wiser, and I understand why now she allowed me to listen to that music. It gave me, I guess, in a sense, roots and culture, and give me a different perspective on how music is made, put together, structured, and how it can connect with people better when you kind of sing from the heart with emotion and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you still listen to those artists now?
I do indeed, yes. Yeah, I do.
On your website, it tells us about some of your other musical influences more recently, people like Adele, Gabrielle, Emily Sandé. So tell us about how those artists have influenced your songwriting.
Well, I know growing up, I used to listen to a lot of Gabrielle. Like one of my favourite songs of hers is Dreams. Ever since that, I was like, I am a massive Gabrielle fan. And ever since then, I was always like, I want to grow up and I want to be like Gabrielle. And then as I was growing older, obviously came across Adele a lot later in life. And then I think between me and Cameron, who's my guitarist and stuff, we're trying to figure out who's the bigger Adele fan at the minute, because I'm a big Adele fan. Like I think I've seen every video on YouTube just of her singing. I've never seen her live, unfortunately, not yet anyway. But if she does decide to come out of like retirement and release a new album or something or anything, I will be there.
Well, you never know, she might be listening to this.
Adele, please listen to my plea, come out.
So tell us what it is about Adele. I've had this conversation with a couple of people. What is it about her that makes her stand out?
I think because she's very, I don't know, she's just very raw. She's very, I mean, I know she's like become a bit more filtered and refined over the years and stuff. But I think because she's just very herself, she's never tried to be anybody else. She's just brought herself and everything that has inspired her, and she's put that in her music as well. And she's always quite transparent with, like, especially in her songs, about the things she's going through, and just about life in general. And I think that's what connects with people, and that's what I found like really interesting and drawing about her. Have you ever been in love with someone so much that it hurts and more? Could you ever give your heart unlike you've ever done before, and not for sure? Could someone like you love someone like me? Would someone like you love someone like me? Have it all if you want to, so much more where that came from, with all my heart. No tricks, I'm not a magician, I got nothing on my sleeve, just my love. Could someone like you love someone like me? Would someone like you love someone like me?
The Alpha Sessions.
So let's talk now about the songwriting process for you. I'm assuming it's changed a little bit since you were 9 years old. You're not writing songs about doormats now.
No, not anymore.
But tell us how the songwriting process works. I mean, do you start with a melody? Do you start with the lyrics? How does it come about?
Actually, it starts with me staring at the wall.
Oh, does it really?
Yeah, it does. I think I put a post on Instagram the other day, and I thought, oh yeah, I might as well just show them that what the process is like. And my process is actually staring at the wall, blank wall, for about an hour or two, and then whatever comes from staring at that blank wall is whatever comes.
What is that process when you're staring at the blank wall? Are you just hoping that lyrics will come into your head, or that a melody, or what will happen? Pretty
much, to be honest. Like I'll literally be staring into space, and at that wall, and then something will, because I'm trying to like quiet myself so that I can hear it, because there's a lot of noise and stuff for me, especially when I'm trying to write, because I've got a load of other things going on, and so I'm trying to quiet my mind, trying to get in touch like with I guess I know it sounds a bit weird, but the music in me. Yeah. and then it just kind of helps that process along when I'm concentrated and focused on what it is that I want to write about. Like, I'll always say, all right, then I'll have the idea or the concept of what it is that I want to write. But then when it comes down to the actual lyrics and thinking of words and stuff, that's when the staring at the wall process begins. Oh, I see.
So you've got a theme. You're not just staring at the wall saying anything, just come to me.
No, I'm not a complete nutter, not like that.
Are there some occasions where you stare at a wall and just nothing comes?
Yeah, pretty much. And I'll be like, this is a bit of a wasted 2 hours of staring at the wall. But fortunately, I don't think I've ever had just nothing at all. It's always been like, okay, I've only got like a line or two, and then I'll probably come back to the process the next day or the next week. And
do you collaborate with other people on that, or is it all yourself?
At the moment, it is just me writing. I'd love to collaborate with loads of other people. I think that would be one of my things to do this year, to work with other writers and other vocalists and stuff, and just to broaden my horizon on writing and singing and stuff like that. So,
well, let's talk a little bit about one of the collaborations that you had when you were much younger, because you've actually already appeared on a certified gold award
he
record.
Dug it up.
I did. I know. Well, I mean, it's sort of a headline on your website, and it's an amazing achievement, isn't it?
Yeah.
So tell us about that.
Well, when I was a lot younger, I think when I was 18, I had management at the time, and they were like, oh, there are some guys in Paris who are looking for a girl who has quite a young voice to be a boy rapper in their group. And I was a bit like, what? So I'm not going to sing. They were like, yeah, you'll sing, but it's more about the rapping and stuff. So I said, all right, then I'll give it a go. And I was 18 at the time, and they were like, oh, it's paid. And I was like, yeah, I'm in sixth form. Why not? Yeah. I'm gonna take it. It's fine. So I went to Paris. I met the guys and stuff, and I recorded the song, and it was kind of, that was it. I didn't really hear much from them for a few months, and then I came back to London and everything. And then all of a sudden, I think after about 3 months after recording it, I heard that the song had gone to #1 in Paris, and I was like, what happened, kind of thing.
Wow.
And so they ended up taking me back to Paris again, did all the photo stuff, the publicity stuff for it and everything. And yeah, it was just kind of like I think that was my sort of like really big first introduction into sort of the music industry. And yeah, the song just did really well. It was by a group called 1T, and it was like a collective. They were basically like the French version of the Gorillaz. So right. So I played a character called Courty, and I was just kind of like rapping about life, and I kind of felt like the female version, even though the female version of Bart Simpson, because that's what they said. It's like a French Bart Simpson. That's who you're gonna be. And I was like, okay, cool. So yeah, and that was just a really good experience, to be honest, to see how like touring worked, and
But that's obviously a massive departure from the style that you were familiar with. How do you feel about that one being the one that's kind of made it big?
Do you know what's funny? Before I took singing seriously, I actually was a rapper.
Right.
So I know it made sense to go and do it. And I had been like, right, because I loved poetry as well, and I was like, oh yeah, poetry. And then somebody said, oh, wouldn't you try rapping? I was like, oh yeah, let's try rapping, kind of thing. So it kind of was it kind of jumped off because of that. And then afterwards, when somebody heard me sing, they were like, oh, you're actually really good at singing. So I said, all right then, cool, let's try the singing thing then. And then here we are today.
And have you included rap in some of your stuff since then, or would you?
Do you know, I think this is where you'll unearth the older projects that I've done. On my first project, I got it's called Who I Am. There's a little bit of rapping in there. It's not like, Cardi B or Nicki Minaj or anything, like nowhere near that. No. But yeah, it's just a little bit to kind of sort of like reflect where I came from, sort of thing, on that project. But yeah, I'm a long way from that now.
And you did obviously quite a bit of touring at the time of that success. So tell us about what you learned about the industry and some of the experiences you had touring at that time.
I think for me, because I was quite young, there's loads of lessons that I learned. Because I think when you get into the industry at a young age, sometimes like the money and the fame are the things that draw you. But thankfully I had a mum that was like, because both my parents are from Ghana, and so my mum would fiercely warn me every time I was about to go on tour, you better behave yourself. And I'm like, okay, I will behave myself. I will, you know me well, we've got to behave myself. But yeah, and not to kind of get mixed up in the wrong company while I'm away and stuff like that. Keep your head on straight, because at the same time I was also in sixth form, so I was also doing exams. So yeah, that was the kind of main thing that I learned back then, was always just kind of have good people around you, and so that wherever you go and stuff, you're always level-headed, and you got to have people that are not yes men as well, people who always tell you, no Chris, like no.
Did it live up to your expectations overall? I
think it broadened my expectations. I think it broadened it. I think I had a tunnel vision thing of, okay, you're talented. If you're talented, you'll make it, and that's it. But I think it broadened it in the sense that actually this is a lot of hard work. Those who remain at the top and those who are on their way to becoming great artists, there's a really large proportion of that which is hard work, and a little bit of that which is talent, to be honest. Sure. Yeah.
Interesting. So let's talk about your debut EP, which is called Yours.
Yeah.
Tell us how that came about.
Debut. Well, actually, I was at home and I said to myself, I really want to do a project. I want to do something. And I was like, to see if I could really, like, as a singer, make this happen. And then I actually met someone. His name's Matty Graham. I don't know if he'll ever see this. I'll probably tell him he needs to watch this video to see it. But and he's a producer from Ireland, and another guy called Leon, producer from Ireland. And I don't even know how I got in touch with them, to be honest. I think they might have heard like a track I did ages ago, and they were like, oh yeah, I'm interested in working with you and stuff. So I said, all right then, cool. So I went round to their flat, which was in, I think, Lewisham at the time. And like we started playing around with different songs and stuff like that, and I was like, yeah, I could do this. This is cool. I could actually do this. And Yours was more about my offering to people, like saying that what I'm doing is for you. It's not for me anymore. Like I want it to be about people. That's why I said I wanted to call it Yours, because I figured it's theirs. So,
that's nice. I like that.
Yeah. So yeah.
And you did that under a different performing name to the one you did now.
Under my government name.
Right. Okay. So why the switch then?
Okay. So for a long time I'd gone by my name, which is Christine Asamoah, and I'm very I'm very like, I was very proud and like, yeah, of like where I come from, because obviously my parents are from Ghana. I'm born here. And I'm very in touch with like, yeah, my culture and everything. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to use my name, Christine Asamoah, and da-da-da. So I did that, had a website by my name and everything like that. But then I found that as I started doing music and putting it out, people found it very difficult to find me.
Right, yeah.
And I was like, okay, cool. And I didn't understand why, because I was like, well, just type in my name. But I found that when I was doing gigs and I used to say my name and stuff like that, they'd be like, I couldn't find you on anything. I really couldn't find you. So in 2017, I said to myself, obviously I didn't change my name by default. I did not do that. I still go by my government name. But I thought, everybody has always called me Chrisèe growing up. And I just figured, do you know what? I might as well just change it to that, because you'd know me better by that.
Easy
and
to find.
And it's a lot easier to find. So yeah. That's how that came about.
So you're not sort of detaching yourself from your previous work in any way. It's just an easy way for people to find what you do.
Yeah, that's it. Really.
And I should say at this stage, for anyone searching for you, it's Chrisèe with an accent on the first E.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to be posh. I'm not going to lie to you. It's just
well, I wasn't going to ask that, but...
lift up your head, darling, lift up your head. I know the things that you're facing got you scared. You're treading the water, scared to jump in. Well, don't be afraid, 'cause you're safe when you're with me. 'Cause I never wanna see you struggle, and I never wanna see you cry. Call on me whenever you're in trouble. Take my hand and I will help you climb. It doesn't matter if it's day or night. Just say the words and I'll be by your side. If you ask, then I'll be where you need me. 'Cause I got you till the end of time. Oh, won't you take care, darling, won't you take care? But if you should fall, I'll carry you back up again. And do all I can to keep you with me. And I will be here to give you everything you need. 'Cause I never wanna see you struggle, and I never wanna see you cry. Call on me whenever you're in trouble. Take my hand and I will help you climb. It doesn't matter if it's day or night. Just say the words and I'll be by your side. If you ask, then I'll be where you need me. 'Cause I got you till the end of time. Oh. Struggle, and I never wanna see you cry. Call on me whenever you're in trouble. Take my hand and I will help you climb. It doesn't matter if it's day or night. Just say the words and I'll be by your side. If you ask, then I'll be where you need me. 'Cause I got you till the end of time. I don't ever wanna see you struggle, and I never wanna see you cry. Call on me whenever you're in trouble. Take my hand and I will help you climb. It doesn't matter if it's day or night. Just say the words and I'll be by your side. If you ask, then I'll be where you need me. 'Cause I got you till the end of time.
The Alpha Sessions.
We've talked a little bit about collaborations, and you've already collaborated with some people, including the likes of Jake Isaacs. So how do you choose who you're going to collaborate with?
Do you know what? How do I choose? Do you know what it is? I haven't collaborated with many people. Most of the time, like when the collaborations have come, it's been like, oh, Chrisèe, you want to work with this? Yeah, all right, then let me work with it. It's literally just been that. And I found like working with different artists and stuff, again, like I was saying before, it's just broadened my horizon. I remember when I did work with Jake, who's an absolute superstar, and I'm his number one fan. I know he knows this. Like we worked on the Yours project. He writ Here Again. No, he didn't write Here Again. He played the keys for Here Again, and I writ for it. And he kind of showed me that actually, Chris, there is you could go as far as you want to. You can take music as far as you want to. And yeah, so that's kind of been my experience working with other people. I haven't so much written anymore with other artists, which is what I'd love to do again. It's been more working with musicians and in studios and stuff like that. But yeah, I'd love to do a lot more collaborations.
So is it a case of sort of trying to find artists with the sort of sounds that you want, or that you're inspired by their lyrics, or what sort of thing would you look for someone you're collaborating with?
I think yeah, if they're on the same vibe then it could be what the young kids call today a motive. I think it could be. I think if you click with people, it will happen, and I'd rather it be a natural thing rather than it be like, okay, because you're an up-and-coming star and this person's established, put them together and see what happens. I think it needs to be organic, because that's the way the best songs come about, I believe anyway.
Yeah. So here's the killer question then. If you could choose someone that you could collaborate with, because they're obviously going to be listening to the Alpha Sessions right now.
Or maybe not. I don't know.
Obviously they will. Who do you dream of collaborating with? It could be anyone. So they have to be alive then.
Well,
all right. For the purposes of this, well, yes, let's say they have to be alive. They have to be alive.
Okay. I would, if I could collaborate with anyone who's an artist, I would collaborate with a guy called Tobias Jessup. He wrote on. I'm going to refer to Adele again, innit? I would have said Adele.
Yeah.
But there's a song on her 25 album, which her last album that she released, called When We Were Young, and it was co-written by both of them, Tobias Jessup and Adele. And the sound of the song, the lyrics of the song, I was like, yeah, if that ever could happen, it would be him, Tobias Jessup.
Okay, we'll drop him a line. We'll see if we can make it work.
Please.
Yeah. But one person you're collaborating with in a way at the moment is Cameron, who we've spoken about briefly. He's on the video today performing with you. So tell us how you came across Cameron, because it's a very recent thing, isn't it?
It is a very recent thing. We've known each other since April.
Wow.
so not long.
And we're recording this in May.
We're recording this,
yeah. So not long.
So not long at all. Funny thing, I met him online through looking for musicians online. I had a gig in London at Islington, and I needed a guitarist last minute, and I was like, I don't know where I'm going to find one. I was almost ripping out my hair trying to figure out how I'm going to get this done. And then I said, all right, then I'm going to go online. I'm going to look for someone. So I went online, and then he replied to the ad that I put out, and I was like, okay, cool. Met up with him, and we went through the songs. And the funny thing about all of it was he lived around the corner from me all this time. Like, he's been in London since January, and I literally live round the corner from him, and so but we've never seen each other, we've never crossed paths or anything in the area, so the first time I met him was 2 days before the show, and then we did the show.
Amazing.
And it's been history ever
clearly
since.
Meant to be then, wasn't it? So yes,
definitely.
So you're going to be doing a lot more sort of going around touring together, right?
Yeah hopefully. If he doesn't get sick of me.
I'm just looking through the glass. It doesn't look like he's going to say no at this point. So
okay.
you're all right.
Because I paid him, okay. That's why.
Oh, really?
I paid him not to say no, so it's fine.
So let's talk about some of the gigs now. Tell us about some of the places you performed at and some of your favourite places that you performed at.
Okay, so I think the furthest place I've gone to tour or to perform was China. So
wow,
that was.
How was that?
That was incredible. I've never been to China before, and it's a completely different culture, completely different vibe, everything, different scene, and that was pretty cool. I was only out there for 10 days, but yeah, I had a fantastic time with the group of people that I was working with, which was actually the guys from Paris. I went out there with them, and yeah, it was a good time.
And how are the audiences in China compared to over here, out of interest?
Do you know what? Music is one of those common playing fields that no matter where, people will engage, and so they're just as hype and just as on it for music as we are out here. So yeah, it's always good.
Brilliant.
Always good.
And then over here, you mentioned the Islington, but what other places have you performed over here?
Where else have I performed? You have to remember stuff. You don't remember stuff.
Have most of the gigs been in London?
No, that's the thing. I haven't had many gigs in London. I think the gigs I did sort of coming up through the circuit, I've done when I was doing open mics and different bars and stuff like that, which I always loved that process. And I've done performed in a record shop, which actually is also around the corner from my house as well,
right,
which is quite cool. But yeah, majority of my gigs have been outside of London. So I've travelled like, not going to say all of the UK, but I've travelled to a fair few places in the UK to sing and stuff, which has been quite cool.
And what makes a perfect gig for you?
If there's an audience.
Okay.
No.
Well, yeah. We'll assume that.
Yeah. No, I think, well, apart from that, my thing is always just a vibe. That's it. If the vibe is there, it's going to be a good night. Like, everything could go wrong. I could sing completely out of key. We could forget half the songs. But as long as the vibe is there, like, it's all good.
Because you like to get the audience involved in your gigs,
Yeah,
don't you? I've seen that on your YouTube videos and stuff. You like to get them singing along and things like that. So, yeah.
Put them to work.
Yeah, exactly. Make them work for it. Yeah.
I can't get the music free.
So what would be your dream place to play at? Is there any venue you've got in mind?
I got so many. Well, hopefully after playing, because I got another gig coming up in July, on July 1st at the Islington again. I'd like to hopefully grow the audience to play, was it the Old Church in St Pancras?
Yeah, amazing.
St Pancras Old Church. So, yeah. I would love to play there just because the acoustics are, whoo, yeah.
So you and Adele at the St Pancras Old Church.
That happens.
Can you imagine?
My God. That would be awesome.
And the question we always ask on this programme is if you could have like a dream rider, if that gig were to ever happen in your dreams, and you could have anything you wanted before or after a gig, what would it be?
Well, I always said to myself, I said, like in my dressing room, I would love, and I said, I'm not trying to be a diva, but in my dressing room, but
yes.
I would love to have, what did I say? I said I wanted Pellegrino sparkling wood. Wow. I don't know why. I did it. It's fine. I was just trying my luck in it. I wanted some Oreos. What else did I want? I want some Tang Fastics, some Haribos. Okay. The orange pack, the ones that are like really sour.
Right.
Yeah.
Would you be able to have that before a gig? Is that something?
Oh no, that would be for afterwards.
Okay.
When I need the energy boost, or halfway through the gig, maybe, I don't know. Cups of tea.
Of tea. That's not too high maintenance. That's
I know.
Right. Yeah.
I told you it's not a lot. I'm not diva. No, but yeah, cups of tea. I think every gig you gotta have tea.
Do you actually have any sort of pre-gig rituals that you have to do before you go on stage?
I think I'll sit with the guys and stuff. If it's a full band, then I'll sit with everyone and just be like, okay, let's go wing it. And that's the pep talk, really.
You don't have to go and look at any walls or anything.
No, nothing like that. Although there are times like that I might spend some time by myself and just kind of reflect and just say, all right, then cool, I'm about to do this, Chris. Let's go and let's do it. Sort of like just self-talk and, just prepare like my heart to just give out to everyone. Do
you get nervous about doing gigs now?
I get nervous all the time.
Do you?
Yeah.
But you love it. It's good nerves rather than a sort of a bad nerves.
Yeah. No, it's always good nerves. Always good nerves.
Yeah.
Just want to make it through the song. That's it.
Don't forget the words or anything.
Don't forget the
words. So tell us about some of your latest releases then. Last year you released Found Our Way.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I wanted. It's like my first ever like really not big single, but like a single to put out by myself independently. The song itself is based on like a past relationship, and it was this whole thing of like sometimes when you're on a journey with somebody else, and it's like trying to navigate that whole relationship, how the ups and the downs and stuff like that, and if it's working, if it's not, and I think the relationship that I was in like really changed my view on how I wrote music as well, and life. It wasn't all fairy tales and princes at the end. It became a bit more real for me. So Found Our Way was just about my experience in that relationship and trying to literally find my way through it, so it could work out.
People always say it's easier to write about sort of difficult times rather than positive times. But how do you find in terms of performing it? Do you find it quite tough to perform sort of quite personal songs like that?
Yeah, I think, because one, I don't want to burst out into tears in the middle of the song. Yeah, but I think also it's because I believe like anytime you speak about something, it always takes you back to that moment. And so for me, certain songs take me back to where it all began or where it all was. But I think then it becomes a bit more real with the audience, and it's not just, oh, this is just a song I wrote, rather than it being actually this is from a real place and I want to share it with you.
Well, I love the single. I think it's absolutely brilliant. And you're performing two new tracks, or you performed two new tracks today in the studio. So tell us about the plans to release maybe those soon.
Yeah. So it's in the works to release these two songs, which is Someone Like Me and Flaws and All. I did debut them at the gig that I did in April, but this is the first time I've ever sung them on a radio station.
Wow.
So
that's very exciting. So we've got a bit of an exclusive.
There you go.
Yeah.
So those will be coming out in the next few months or so, just one after the other, and then we'll see where it goes from there. Hopefully I might be able to put together like a proper project with them on there.
Oh, I can't wait to hear more. We're going to play out one of those in just a moment. But firstly, for anyone who wants to find out more about you, as they should, especially Adele.
Please. Adele, get in touch, please.
Yeah, exactly. Then tell us how people can find out about you.
Well, I have my own site, which is www.chrisèe.uk.
With a double E.
Double E. Yeah, so CHRIS .uk, and that will give like links to like Facebook and Instagram, Twitter, and I think YouTube as well. So.
Do you love the whole social media thing? It's one of these things that everyone has to do,
do you
now,
know
isn't
what?
it?
Like, people have been telling me, Chris, you're so crap at social media. They're like, you're so rubbish at it. Like, and it's true. I'm not even gonna lie, because I'm more like, I'm the artist, I'm the creative. I'll sit in the dark and make these songs, and then I'll release them. But they're like, no, Chris, you like the landscape has completely changed now. You have to be social. You have to engage and stuff. So, I'm learning bit by bit, day by day, baby steps.
Excellent. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure having you in the studio. Thanks so much for coming down, and loads of luck with the new releases.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chrisèe.
Gone are the days when I thought that I could do this on my own. I thought that I'd be better off without you, love. But now I see that I was wrong, and I can't do without your love. I thought that we would never be enough, and I would not change a thing at all, 'cause you're worth the love, you're worth it all. Just to let me catch you when you fall, 'cause you're worth the love, and you're